kidding me? Come on! Bird, get this game! It's a freaking game!
You clicked this video most likely because you played Flappy Bird or at least heard of the game, but you're probably wondering what happened. Flappy Bird was a mobile game that took the world by storm. However, the game literally only lasted for a few months before it was pulled from the App Store, leaving so many of us wondering what happened to the game and how could it disappear so suddenly with so much success. At Flappy Bird's peak, it was said to be making around $50,000 a day. But what was the real story behind its mediocre rise and abrupt fall? You're gonna have to stay tuned and we'll uncover some surprising reasons that might actually change how you see this super simple mobile game. Flappy Bird was deceptively simple, yet incredibly challenging. Players could control a bird, navigating it through a series of these green pipes by tapping the screen to make the bird fly. The goal was straightforward: pass through as many pipes as possible without crashing. After doing a little bit more research on Flappy Bird, I also learned that this is what happened if you got the score over 999. The simplicity of the game combined with its difficulty, which when I tell you this game was incredibly challenging if you did not play, where you just had to tap, and if you tapped, he went up, and if you didn't tap, he would immediately fall. So you were trying to balance how often you needed to tap to get through the pipes. But because of this, it made it incredibly addicting and frustrating at the same time. So simple, yet how could you not just get through all of the pipes? If you can get through one, shouldn't you be able to get through all of them? Now the graphics, I think, also play another really cool role, as it was kind of reminiscent of the early 8-bit games. And the sound effects were basic but super effective. Each time the bird flapped its wings, a subtle sound played, adding to the game's nostalgic feeling. The game's creator, Dongwin, designed it to be accessible yet challenging. And when I tell you this man killed it, he did so well at being able to put a game together that you could literally play for a few seconds, right? You know, a minute, couple minutes, you're in the doctor's office and you just open up your phone and you can play this game and you get called and you immediately close it down and you can go into your doctor's office. However, you could sit there and play for hours and hours and hours because you had a high score. But if it was that element that made Flappy Bird so popular, could it have also been its downfall? This game wasn't without controversy. Some accused Dong of copywriting the graphics from Mario games, the green pipes in particular. They showed a striking resemblance to those in the classic Nintendo franchise. Despite these accusations, Flappy Bird was free to play, which added to its appeal and viral spread. Published in May of 2013, it quickly climbed to one of the most popular games ever, becoming an absolute global sensation. But what do you guys think? Do you think the Mario pipes were stolen? Now, beyond the visual similarities, some players also criticized the game was too simplistic, arguing it lacked any sort of depth or actual effort in the game. But like I talked about, I think the simplicity was precisely what made it so accessible and addictive. Flappy Bird was a game that absolutely explicited strong reactions from the player base. While some players loved the game for its challenging nature, other players loved it for its simple mechanics. And others just found it simply super difficult.
You know, stop, chill out a little bit. God damn, fuck you, bird!
For example, if we look at some of these comments on Flappy Bird, this guy says, step 1, buy a phone. Step 2, play the game. Step 3, buy a phone. Or this wonderful gentleman or lady said, this game ruined my life. The game's difficulty led to countless memes and viral videos. People love to watch people get super high scores on Flappy Bird. Social media was flooded with posts about Flappy Bird, and it became a cultural phenomenon. Now, the super important part about why you came to this video, it's why the game was removed. Dong, why did you remove the game? Was it the controversy? Was it you making way too much money? Well, according to Dongwin, he posted this tweet. I'm sorry, Flappy Bird users. 22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore. Take what anymore? And essentially what he could not take anymore was the fact that he was getting so much negative attention. Dong actually lived with his mom and dad, and people were showing up to their house, the negative comments. This guy was just a regular, genuine, just kind of nice guy that had no business or no real deep understanding for how brutal the internet could be. He made countless other mobile games and was just kind of having fun. When he posted Flappy Bird, you know, you're kind of hoping a couple people will play it, or maybe a lot of people will play it, but you don't really think about people saying a bunch of negative things about you and about the game and how they hate you and how it's a terrible game and coming to your house and bothering you and your parents. It got overwhelming for him. And 22 hours later, Dongwin did delete Flappy Bird. Now, I gotta ask, if you guys created something super popular that was making you $50,000 a day, even if there was negative comments and people coming to your house, would you still want to leave the game up? My answer, yeah. And there is so many Flappy Bird clones, but they say when you copy somebody, you can never be as big as the original. And as far as that goes, quite frankly, there is no game even similar to Flappy Bird that has ever done the same numbers. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to check out some of my other videos down below and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.